In typhoon-prone Philippines, a crackdown on corruption in flood control projects is underway. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. said to order the creation of an independent commission to consolidate the investigation and expand its scope to other types of infrastructure projects. Both chambers of Congress are conducting their own probes, sparking concerns that some of the lawmakers taking part could themselves be implicated too in this investigation. CNA's Bernal with this report.
Floods. Social media in the Philippines flooded with outrage over the lavish lifestyles of children of powerful politicians and private contractors linked to allegedly anomalous state flood control projects. Content creator Kia Abrera specializes in educational videos on branding and entrepreneurship, but quickly joined the online conversation.
It's one thing to survive a storm. It's another thing when the funds meant to protect us become private luxury for a few.
The ongoing nationwide crackdown on fraudulent and even ghost flood control projects was announced by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. in his State of the Nation address in July. Simmering public outrage saw youth groups this week deface the Department of Public Works and Highways logo and photos of an alleged dubious contractor and of the president, who they argue was in charge when these projects were approved. Experts say collusion between public officials and private sector players to extract kickbacks from state infrastructure projects has persisted through the years, despite procurement laws that require competitive bidding.
Of course, there's a payment for a particular project. One contractor wins automatically, but then in other projects, the other contractor wins. But then they also have some spoils from the bidding. Our own study showed that even the private sector, they're tolerant of corruption, probably because corruption gives them certain advantages.
Public policy expert Eric Batalla adds anti-corruption drives in the Philippines suffer from a politically vulnerable justice system. This court, the Sandigan Bayan, is where those accused of graft and corruption in government are tried. But rarely are high-ranking officials even charged. The highest-ranking official ever convicted here was pardoned by a subsequent president just weeks later. Experts argue anti-graft institutions, including those in charge of campaign finance monitoring, state audits, whistleblower protection, asset recovery, and prosecution, need to be empowered with more resources and autonomy. Corruption studies researcher Cleo Kalimbahin says the failure of such integrity institutions over time creates a sense of impunity.
This outrage, and it's being translated to satire or memes, is a good start, but it shouldn't end there. I mean, we really need to be able to demand for accountability.
The administration has taken initial steps to address this crisis, including sacking or reassigning staff of the Department of Public Works and Highways linked to irregularities, preparing to file criminal charges against them, and permanently blacklisting one of the top contractors allegedly involved in questionable flood control projects. But it remains to be seen whether Southeast Asia's most typhoon-prone country can sustain the necessary reforms and avoid what experts fear are performative probes that fail to deliver. Bernal, CNA, Metro Manila.